And now for something completely scripted. Oh wow, this is a whole lot of reading for the first thing. Okay.
TLDR.
There's like 3 pages at the start of the adventure.
We have to set the tone.
Foxes aren't supposed to fly, Jamie, Fox says nervously as he hovers in midair. How about putting me down? Leave the flying to Featherface. I feel better on old terra extra firma. Hush, friend Fox, scolds Pentagarn. Consider yourself part of an important lesson. This is the first time Jamie has levitated an object, and you know he needs silence to concentrate. Now I am an object, mutters Fox in disgust as he dangles above the ground. You ache with the effort of holding the spell. Just as you feel that you are mastering the skill, a thunderous noise rolls through the room. Your concentration breaks and Fox falls to the floor with a thump. Oh, Fox, I'm sorry, you cry, rushing to his side. I'll be more careful next time. Next time, growls Fox. Forget it. I have to go dig a den. A very long one. He turns and trots quickly from the room. Unfortunate attitude, says Owl. But what can one expect from the family candidate? Well done, child, says Pentagarn. You're moving ahead nicely with your studies. I hadn't planned on you being able to lift objects for another 6 months or so. But now that we've been interrupted, I suppose we'd better see who's at the door. And he makes a small gesture with his hand. Poof! A cloud of dust appears, then clears. Before you stands a travel-stained man, one who... Was that it? Did I skip a page? Let's see who's at the door! Poof! Just like randomly teleporting this kid in. Whatever the fuck this guy is.
Poor kid. Who needs doors? I've got magic.
Poof! A cloud of dust appears, then clears. Before you stands a travel-stained man, one hand raised as if knocking on a door. Lowering his hand, the traveler snaps, Do you always answer doors like that? But then, what else should I expect from a wizard? Giving a short bow, he says, Sir, I come from Rainbow Castle. Your presence is required, no later than 4 days hence. Pause. Frank, I have been invited to a place called Rainbow Castle. I'm not going without you for 2 reasons. 1, I think you would be loath to miss the opportunity to go to Rainbow Castle.
Oh, absolutely.
2, I'm not certain what sort of establishment I've just been invited to.
Well, you see, this is one of the places where you wear the badge that has like the different colors. And if you wear the color, like if you wear the color, if you wear a certain color, it's like, oh, he's here as a friend. Don't flirt with this guy.
What color is that?
Tangerine.
Tangerine is a fruit, not a color, Sis.
It's a color.
It's a fruit.
It's a color.
Based on this discussion, it's the Sis color. If you wear the Sis color, people likely won't flirt with you.
Oh!
Wow!
Oh, wow.
Shit, and I thought the sun down here was hot. Fuck that dirt.
Wow. You're gonna need some first aid for that shit, bro. Your presence is required, no later than 4 days hence. Is it a party? You ask hopefully. Okay, when you are invited to a place called Rainbow Castle and your first response is it a party? This is definitely the kind of place where I'm putting Pook in the front.
Okay, so yeah, like, okay, your daily activities include levitating foxes.
Yeah.
Talking to an older wizard with a strange name that probably has a few restraining orders. Visiting Rainbow Castles for parties. And poofing doors. Like, seriously.
The wizard poofed the doors.
Okay, the wizard, okay, you're learning. Well, you will learn how to poof the door eventually.
One would assume.
Yeah, poofing the door. Is that a euphemism?
Speaking of euphemism, the messenger fixes you with an icy glance. Hardly.
it's hardly a party. Let's do it.
I'm so glad you're here for this stream, Frank. You will answer to the charges of occupying the Castle of the Pillars and calling yourselves Wizard and Apprentice. This castle is part of the domain assigned to the wizard Malus, Pothos, and Rubus. Unless you can support your claim to the castle and win their permission to practice wizardry in the area, you will be banished from this land, says the messenger coldly. And now, if you will show me the door, I will return to Rainbow Castle. Poof! A cloud of smoke forms in front of the messenger, and when it clears, a large wooden door stands before him.
Tell me now. Tell me now. Okay.
I now understand that this wizard is being played by Bill.
Yes. I showed you the door. There it is. You see it.
Door, see?
Now get the fuck out.
A mere first-level spell, sneers the messenger. You'll have to do better than that at Rainbow Castle. Still sneering, he turns and strides out of the room. Rainbow Castle?
Question.
Yes, questions. That's exactly what you're about to ask. What's up?
The characters in the world are aware of the level of the spells that they use?
Apparently, old school D&D hadn't quite just figured out how not to do that yet.
Okay.
Rainbow Castle? Wizards? What's all this about, sir? You ask worriedly. Centuries ago, when I lost my kingdom to the Evil One, Rainbow Castle was in the hands of the forces of good, sighs Pentagarn, and the three brothers, Malus, Pothos, and Rubus, were apprenticed to a third-rate wizard. Obviously, while I was in the Evil One's power, the balance changed. I think we had better meet with them. It is always best to be polite to one's neighbors. I think I'll sit this one out, says Fox, poking his head through the doorway. That fellow didn't look too pleasant, and he's only the messenger. Pshaw! That's actually a dialogue. Pshaw!
Pshaw, Mr. Fox. You will not be sitting this one out. No.
I needed to know, Frank, like, how do I say that with more wrist flop?
Look.
Pshaw.
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 So far, we've got Rainbow Castles, Hardly Parties, and Pshaw. Says Owl.
I should let you know that this does not imply that the wizard is homosexual.
No.
He's just
This
fabulous.
is the Owl, though.
Oh, the owl is definitely homosexual. The wizard, on the other hand.
Just because the wizard is saying Pshaw doesn't mean he's homosexual, just fabulous. Actually, the Owl said that. Oh, yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
He's just gay.
He's gay. I know.
Don't be such a coward. Remember, cowards die 1,000 deaths. The valiant die but once. Go feather a nest, beak brain, growls Fox. Oh, wait. Beak brain? Go feather a nest?
Who the fuck is writing for this Fox? You're fired.
Hold on. They probably are fired because they were TSR.
Yeah.
And TSR doesn't exist anymore. Who's the author of this book? Did they give an author credit?
Hello, TSR. This is your legacy.
Wizards of the Coast? More like Wizards of the Roast.
Winnie the Pooh drug addicts theory.
Oh, it's Rose Estes.
Oh, Rose. Rose is phenomenal at writing anything that isn't Fox's.
Okay. So Rose, if you ever see this, all right, thumbs up, Fox down. All right.
Fox down. But everybody else, yeah, you got the gay wizard.
Yeah. Pause talking about gay owls, fabulous wizards, and poorly written foxes. We're gonna set that aside for half a second. There is a Winnie the Pooh drug addicts theory, just as there is there's the actual idea where they're all written with a different, all the characters are written with a different mental instability of some kind. Yeah, but it's the same concept where like Tigger is speed and So on and so on and so on. Okay. We will let Jamie decide. As my apprentice and... we will let Jamie decide. Wait, no, that's not fabulous. Hold on, we need a fabulous wizard. We will let Jamie decide. As my apprentice and the heir to this kingdom, Jamie must... You are an heir to a kingdom, Frank!
I'm an heir to a kingdom. Not only that, I respect the fact that even, like, this book was probably written, like, at least 30 years ago, right? It's maybe 20? Right?
I can actually tell you, I think. Fuck! Why does this information have to be so difficult to acquire? 1983.
1983. Yes, was right. Okay. So, interesting thing is they were really good at picking the gender-neutral name for the main character there, just in case a girl might read this book. Good on them.
We will let Jamie decide. As my apprentice and the heir to this kingdom, Jamie must learn to make good, sound decisions, says Pentagarn, and suddenly there are 3 pairs of eyes staring at you. I assume they mean Owl, Fox, and Pentagarn, and not just arbitrarily 3 floating eyes, but I can't be certain given the context.
Like, they might actually just be like, it's like the pressure's on you. This is the moment. Either your friends are like, okay, what do you decide? Or the 3 bad guys that they've mentioned before are now like, hi!
All right. Well, you stammer, thinking quickly. The way I see it, we only have 2 choices. Choice number 1, go to Rainbow Castle and see if we can work out our problems with our neighbors. Choice number 2, ignore them and don't go. All right. So our choices are, using the correct mice, choices go to Rainbow Castle for a Hardly party, or fuck it. What do?
What do you do? Well, what?
All right. Vote's open for 60 seconds.
Vote. I vote to fuck it.
You vote fuck it.
I'm sorry. This party's getting
Raybo.
Apparently, everybody are those assholes today. What? Well, I have a choice to just not engage in adventure. I'm out. Fuck that.
Jen earlier did confess that she was going to vote for whatever fucks us over the most. Like, that's like she's staying true to her commitment.
Second thought, let us not go to Rainbow Castle. It's a silly place.
It's a silly place.
Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie with 30 seconds to go. I'm gonna vote. I think I'm gonna vote fuck it, because I never get to be that person. Which one was fuck it? It was vote 2?
Vote 2 for fuck it.
Vote 2 for fuck it. The option was fuck it.
Poll for what do has been closed. Winning option was fuck it. That alone right there.
Somebody fucking ad quote that. Thank you for the bits, Tillers. Okay, so we decide to ignore them and don't go.
This adventure ends on this page, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure. No. Are you ready for this, Frank? We're going to have a quick D&D related discussion. Okay, we're going to have a quick D&D discussion after I read this page. I'm not sure that ignoring a problem will make it go away, sighs Pentagram. But we can try and see if it works. 5 days later, on a beautiful summer morning, as you work on your wizardry lessons, snow suddenly begins to fall. By noon, it covers the castle's door, and by evening, it reaches the upper walls. A freezing wind blows, and icicles hang from the ceilings in every room. Owl's beak is frozen shut, and Fox shivers in the ashes of the fireplace, where fire refuses to burn. I think maybe I should change my mind, you say, breathing through a reddened nose. Agreed, says Pentagarn. When do we leave? In the morning, you reply between sneezes, and you hurry your way to find another coat. Then it says, please turn to page 110. I will note, our first choice to go to Rainbow Castle and see if we can work out our problems was turn to page 110. So, chugga, chugga.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Woo. Chugga.
It's a fabulous quantum ogre!
Behind door number 1 is door number 1. Behind door number 2 is also door number 1. So I was... So this came up in an unrelated discussion. I was on Facebook. I'm a member of a couple of different Facebook groups for D&D. And somebody asked, what do you do if somebody chooses to, in 5th edition, you can choose either to roll your hit dice when you level up and get that for your new hit points, or you can choose to take the average. And I think it rounds up for the average. So let's say at 10, you could choose to take 5 or 6 HP, or you can roll 1d10 HP when you level up. So somebody asked, if you roll and your player rolls a 1 for their 2nd level, do you let them re-roll? And a whole bunch of people were like, no, and a whole bunch of people were like, yes. And then some guy was like, you only don't let them re-roll if you want to be known as, quote, the worst DM ever. And I stopped and I thought about it for a second. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that letting people re-roll there was removing an effective, like an effective and informed choice from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can either take the average and guarantee that you will not get low, or you can risk low to get high.
Right.
Right? Those are both valid choices. They're both equally good choices.
Right.
And the choice you make is based on your play style. So this is a chance for you to do what you're going to do. This is an informed decision that you're going to make, right? It's also an impactful decision, and it's not a decision to not participate. And I have learned as the GM, and like you guys have seen me do this, and it is railroady as fuck. But at the start of an adventure, I don't ask you guys, do you want to participate in the adventure?
No, because if you say no, then what's the point of being at the table in the first place? Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not like here's a reason you might want to go here. I'm like, okay, so you guys are here because of X.
Right. Well, you have to assume at some point, if you've spent the time to make the characters and get involved in the game, you're gonna at least take the first mission. The first mission is always the one you take. Like
from there, you might take other missions, right?
Yeah, you might actually say no to other missions. And see where that leads you.
But I don't offer the choice of non-participation. I assume participation and then give you good choices to make as you participate.
Could you imagine I write about the farm boy who becomes a little bit of a warrior, who becomes the fighter that joins the Adventurers Guild and gets a party together and gets his first assignment and says, you know what, I'm going back to farming. Like, seriously, that's what that is. He's just like, nah, I'm not actually feeling this, guys. I'm sorry.
But, farming is probably the highest risk lifestyle out there in the world. So, fighting an orc will probably have better chances of living out your life, rich and successful.
It is snowing as you and your friends set off for Rainbow Castle. It seems as though... wait, this is... okay. It seems as though our opponents are able to sway the seasons, observes Owl, as trees, rocks, and hills disappear in the whiteness. Actually, things don't disappear in whiteness; they get washed in it. Okay.
I'm gonna actually take you into a different direction here. And I'll let you know that everything is covered in white on our way to Rainbow Castle, where there's a Hardly party going on. And you can disappear or get washed away as much as you would like.
When Frank woke up today, he didn't know we were going to be doing this, but damn is he glad we are.
I mean, you know, it's like a vacation.
He's got like that I'm so happy I get to be this immature today grin on his face while he's talking.
Oh yeah, because I don't normally get to do that because people are like, why do... Anyways, 0 fox given today. There we go. 0 fox given right there. Wait, I don't get to write the fox either? Damn it!
Damn it.
Fox?
Fox. Yeah, and this snow is no fun either, says Fox, plunging through nose-deep snow. First off, I've never seen a fox that did not like snow. Maybe this fox is actually a bad guy that's been polymorphed.
Ooh, that would explain why he talks.
You could have stayed at home, Fox. You didn't have to come.
That's a lot.
First off, didn't we force him to come along because he was going to be a coward? Okay, just double checking. Oh no, if something horrible happens, I'd rather know about it right away. And besides, you guys need me. Not, I'd like to be able to stop it. But I want to know as soon as I can. I can't wait to hear about the horrible thing that happens to you, bro. I'm gonna be here to see it when it happens.
I like what Vinny did there. This is the best this guild has to offer? It's a group. Fuck it. I'm going back to farming. Only to find the farm, along with Aunt Baru and Uncle Owen, is destroyed.
Swallowing your laughter. You turned... No, we did not swallow our laughter, although it's covered in white. We're headed to Rainbow Castle for a Hartley party, and we're already swallowing. Your laughter. You turn to Pentagon. Sir, why don't you do something about the snow? Why don't you perform some magic and change it back to summer? Think, Jamie. If our foes are putting all their effort into creating winter just to annoy us, they can't send anything really dangerous against us, and they believe that they have us in their power. This wizard seems to be assuming quite a lot.
Jamie, just change the weather. Just do it.
I feel like this is one of those things where the author was like, won't my D&D players ask me why they can't just make it summer and not winter anymore? Because magic is a thing. And I have to explain why, because I want it to be winter.
Because the summer spell is a level 1 spell?
Well,
no, that was showing the door. Apparently making it winter takes all of their wizardly power and focus.
There's 3 of them, and they're obviously all level 2 wizards. So...
They were apprentices to a 3rd-rate wizard, though, so that might it might be that maintaining concentration on this sort of magic is not normally something that requires 3 people and all of their concentration, but for these guys.
So a 1st-rate wizard would be like, oh my god, this is a really good wizard. And a 2nd-rate wizard would be like, okay, I studied maybe with a really good wizard. And
that's us. We're 2nd-rate wizards.
Okay, and a 3rd-rate wizard is Motel 6. Okay. We'll leave the light on for you.
You wipe your cold, dripping nose and try to appreciate Pentagon's plan, but the snow melts inside your boots, slithers down your neck, and freezes on your eyelashes. Even Pentagon is sniffling by the time Rainbow Castle comes into view several days later. It takes him several days to start sniffling. He must have some fucking real constitution.
Well, yeah, and I need to mention the fact that it took them several days to get there. So even if we took the option to go there, would we have arrived on time?
No, we would have arrived several days because this is the same option as going normally.
Right, but I'm just saying that, like, if this option... I understand the snow slows them down some.
One would assume... the best part is that no later than 4 days hence. So we started on day 5.
Right.
And now it is several days.
Right, so it's like day 9.
This better be Like, if this party is still going, it is going to be a hell of a party.
Shout out to Sean Plott, Day 9. I know you're never watching this stream, but hi.
Why do they call it Rainbow Castle, you ask, staring at the cascades of dirty gray ice that drape over the black towers and hang from the narrow, barred windows. A cold, bitter wind wails around the grim walls and plucks and tears at your clothes. I was like, and plucks and tears? What? In my youth, it was a beautiful place, Pentegard answers sadly. It looks like it's all closed for the winter. How about we go home and wait for spring, whines Fox. Ah, spring, good idea, says Pentagarn. Fucking goddamn it names. Rainbow Castle is beautiful in the spring, and with a snap of his fingers, snow and ice begin to...
No, he did not.
Wow, okay. Why did he do this, like, you know, freaking 3 days ago?
Okay, so we can argue that several is at least 3 days, and we set it on day 6.
I'm starting to understand why TSR went out of business.
So you've had more than a week to decide, spring. He could have made it spring back at the... They didn't need to leave.
I say the owl is just going to be a stuffed bird. It's going to be a very lovely dinner.
I'm saying that Pentagarn here is actually Professor Farnsworth.
Good idea. Rainbow Castle is beautiful in the spring, and with a snap of his fingers, snow and ice begin to melt, inch by inch, foot by foot.
Not my king.
Winter retreats, and in its place, warm, soft, and green, spring comes to the land. Birds sing, flowers bloom, and gentle breezes blow. But the castle remains gray and gloomy.
And Fox runs off to find a mate.
That's much better. And now they know we're here, says Pentagarn. Ah, sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, sighs Owl, spreading his great wings to the sun and using the word sweet way too often. They don't... That last part was me. Why can't you speak in plain English, mouse breath? Snarls Fox. I was just noting the welcome arrival of this magical spring, oh illiterate one. What did you call me? Barks Fox. Fox, Owl, stop this bickering now, or I'll send you both home, you say firmly. Fixing the two with a stern gaze, you quickly get out of your winter clothes and hurry after Pentagarn. And here are our hosts, says Pentagarn. 3 men stand at the end of the bridge. One is tall and thin, one is very, very fat, and the third is as tiny as a small child. See here, Pentagarn. What is the meaning of this? Demands the tall, thin wizard. An outrage, I say! This warm weather will not be tolerated! We prefer winter! And with a wave of his hand and a loud clap of thunder, spring vanishes as if it had never been, and winter descends in a flurry of flakes. How the fuck do you pronounce TCHH? Is that how you say?
Yeah.
Clucks Pentagarn. I was enjoying the spring myself, and with a gesture into sheet of lightning, winter is again replaced by spring. The 3 wizards grind their teeth in rage, and their faces purple with fury. Yep, they just used the word purple as a verb. Now the tall wizard steps forward and begins to make magical gestures. Pentagarn replies with movements of his own. Sparks fly and sheets of flame erupt for the wizards, and winter and spring flicker in and out. The 2 wizards stand firm as the air crackles from white to blue, warm to cold. At last, Pentagarn laughs a great booming laugh and slaps his knee. Well done, Malice! But come, let's not confuse the birds any longer. Let it remain spring. Now that you've gotten us here, why don't you tell us what this is all about? Still laughing, he walks over and puts his arm around the unsmiling wizard's shoulder, begins to walk towards the castle.
Yeah.
So they were really angry when we changed it to spring. And one guy has a wizard duel with us, where it just toggles back and forth, and suddenly we just decide that we won? I feel like they might have edited out the paragraph that explained how the wizard that we have won.
But he's like buddy with him.
No, it's duck season. No, it's rabbit season. It's duck season.
It's like, right, I see you. He's like, yeah, I see you've learned a little bit in your time away. Now let's go inside to the party.
As you follow Pentagon into the castle, there's just no input from the three bad guys.
Nah.
The high wall seems to swallow you up. Your footsteps echo hollowly as you enter a large room with three throne-like chairs. Thorn-like chairs? Holy shit, don't sit there. Your footsteps echo hollowly as you enter a large room with three throne-like chairs set upon a raised platform. The wizards bump and push as they climb onto the platform, each trying to claim the center chair. There are no other seats, and you look about in discomfort as the wizards stare down at you with small, nasty smiles. Pentagon says, well, I see we need a few more chairs. And with a snap, two big, deep chairs of gold, studded with precious gems and covered with soft, deep purple velvet, appear behind you. Fox settles himself in a velvet-covered basket, and Owl clings to a golden bird perch. Ah, that's better, says Pentagon, sinking into his chair, crossing his legs and folding his hands. He says, now then, gentlemen, what can we do for you? The wizards twitch nervously, pull their scraggly beards, and whisper. They seem to be urging each other to do something. Finally, Tiny Rubus is levitated from his chair by one of his brothers. Stumbling to his feet, he draws himself to his full puny height, puffs up his chest, and says, Pentagon, you've been brought here to answer charges of practicing wizardry without a license. This area belongs to us. When you left, we applied to the Grand Council, and they granted us control. How nice for you all, drawls Pentagram. I won't bother to ask why you never helped me in all the years I fought to rid the country of the evil one, who caused me to leave, as you put it. But I might ask why you never chased away the evil one, when he was certainly practicing a most unpleasant form of magic. I don't believe the council ever issued him a license. Well, we just hadn't gotten around to it, squeaks Pothos from out of his great bulk. Besides, he ate the first 3 messages we sent. Indeed, says Pentagon with a smile. But we are not the issue, yells Pothos. You are. You and your illegal apprentice. By the order of the Grand Council, you and your brat and your zoo are under house arrest. You have 2 choices. Either leave and never again practice magic under penalty of death, or else meet us in a duel of skills. Allow me to confer with my apprentice, says Pentagon, drawing you to his side. Well, Jamie, what do you think we should do?
Well, I reckon Pentagon would crush them in a duel, just saying.
What do you think we should do? These fellows appear very foolish and harmless, but that is not true. They are dangerous, and the council has given them the right to practice within this district. They are well within their rights to demand that we either quit or fight them. It is your decision, as well as mine. 1. If you choose to challenge the wizards, turn to page 133. 2. If you choose to go to the Grand Council and argue, turn to page 91. All right, so we're going to reset. 1. Fight. 2. Lawyers.
Wait, lawyers? They were calling it lawyers?
Argue with the Grand Council is our second choice.
Yeah.
What do? That's what we're going to call the show where I do Choose Your Own Adventure books. We're going to call it What Do? All right. Start. You have 60 seconds to decide. I personally let my apprentice make all my decisions.
Well, yeah. This is clearly like this doesn't sound like there's an actual issue here, and that this is all being cooked up for the sake of a test for the apprentice.
You think that these are just this is just like empty, trumped up charges here?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just an excuse for the wizard to get the apprentice to do his paperwork. To be fair,
I mean, you know,
that could just be that he's
with all those changes between spring and winter. It's really hard to tell if it's tax season or not. You know.
10 seconds. Hole for what do has been closed. Winning option was lawyers.
Lawyers. We do lawyers.
If you choose to go to the Grand Council and argue, turn to page 91.
Okay.
Let's leave. I don't like them, and I think they would cheat. Let's find some way of they'd find some way of tricking us. I think we should go to the council, tell them what's happened, and ask to give you back your rights. Gentlemen, says Pentagon, turning back to the wizards, my colleague and I have conferred and decided to withdraw. Under the scornful eyes of the wizards, the four of you leave Rainbow Castle. Under this long months later, you enter the chambers of the Grand Council. Pentagon, Jamie, Fox, and Owl, I am glad to see you safe. I have followed your adventures with a heavy heart and yearned to help, says the great Grand Wizard. But one must not disturb the balance. It is not allowed. And so, even though your cause is just, I cannot help. Your district is fairly claimed by Malice, Popus, and Rubus. Now you must either meet their challenge and win, or leave the pillars forever.
I feel like they've just cut out a huge section right in the middle.
Okay, you say.
Okay.
We've tried this, and it didn't work. Let's go back and show those three what magic is all about. Well said, Jamie, says Pentagram. Can I bite one of them? Asks Foss. Typical response from one of your mentality, snipes Owl. Good luck, says the great Grand Wizard, as you turn back to Rainbow Castle.
Why hasn't the fox eaten the owl yet?
I don't know.
I mean, they are at Rainbow Castle. If you're going to...
Man, this is the shittiest DMing.
We've literally been brought back to the same point we would have been had we chosen to fight them, right?
Twice.
Like,
yeah, this is the same page that we would have fought them at.
Right. See, because in a choose your own adventure book, if you choose the wrong thing, it literally ends right there. But in like a D&D one, apparently it's like, or you go back to the story I want to tell you. So, okay. We fight.
I'm sorry, this is a pick a path adventure.
That's why it's an endless quest, Vinny.
Round and round we go.
We accept your challenge, gentlemen, says Pentagon. Yeah, like they don't even have us travel back on this page because this is the page you would go to if you had chosen to fight in the first place. We accept your challenge, gentlemen, says Pentagon. Excellent, hisses Rubus. These are your rules. No magical items may be used. Your staff, ring, and cube must be set aside. What is this, Diablo? Like, your Herodric cube! Your...
And it's Kadala just lurking in the background there.
Like, no magical items may be used. Your staff, ring, and cube must be set aside, and we will remove all of our special aids. As he speaks, a variety of rings, charms, and necklaces clatter to the floor. Any magic, so long as it is performed by your skills alone, is allowed. How do we know you're not hiding something special, you ask? Would we do that? Protests Pothos. Do owls fly? Sneers Fox. Any other rules? Asks Pentagon. No, it's very simple, replies Pothos. The four of us go into the Great Hall, and whoever emerges alive wins. The three of you against Pentagon, that's not fair, you exclaim. Fair? Fair? Of course it's fair! Your precious Pentagon studied under the Great Gump.
Gump.
Gump sat alone on that way.
I thought Forgotten Realms had ridiculous names. We had to settle for the lowly Scrumbog, and we learned things only when we could wake him up or keep him from getting drunk. And you forget that Pentagon's at least 300 years older than we are. He's had all that time to practice and acquire new knowledge. It will take everything we know to make it fair, but we have a few tricks up our sleeves. Don't you worry, Jamie, says Pentagon. Everything will be just fine. After all, we just spent a whole paragraph basically saying that I was higher level than they were. Don't be so sure of that, sneers Malice. Well now, there's no reason to wait. Let's begin, says Pentagon, striding towards the door. You trail after him uncertainly. Halt, screeches Rubus. Where do you think you're going? No one goes into that room except us. The zoo stays outside. Just give me the word, kid, and I'll bite him, snarls Fox. The fellow is correct, Jamie, says Owl. The contest is not ours. We must not intrude. But what shall we do? You exclaim angrily. Oh, wait, hold on, this is angrily. But what shall we do? You exclaim angrily. Is that angry enough? Was that?
No.
I have a hard time using the word shall in an angry way.
Yeah.
Like,
but what shall we do?
It should just
very nice. Somebody clip just that. I want a YouTube video of just Frank saying, "But what shall we do?" in an angry tone.
Well, what you do is you replace the "what would you do" before the end of your video, like at the end of your video, where
with just that. With just Frank face being like, "But what shall we do?" You exclaim angrily. I can't just sit around here and twiddle my thumbs. No, indeed, says Malice. We would like to know that you will not be twiddling or meddling while we are occupied. What do you suggest? Asks Pentagon. We have several suggestions, says Rubus, rubbing his hands together. Number 1, you can go to Limbo. It's very nice at this time of year. Turn to page 139. You can rest in the tower. The view is quite nice. Turn to page 136. You can relax in our game room in the basement. Turn to page 133. So, hold on. Our options are.
Forsooth, but whatsoever
what shall we do? Angrily.
Angrily.
View in the castle. Oh wait, hold on. It's gonna be Limbo. View from the castle. Did they say nice this time of year? Is that what they said? Yes. View from the castle in spring.
In spring.
Or 3, game room in the basement.
In spring.
Fourth wall much? Right. You have 60 seconds to make your decisions.
Limbo, view from castle.
What I want to know is, like, who passes up a game room in the basement? I mean, anybody who's willing to watch a D&D Choose Your Own Adventure book on the internet being live read on camera. Who among you would pass up a game room in the basement?
I'm going to argue that, like, maybe 90% of the viewers right now are in their game room in the basement.
Right?
And if they're not, please relocate there. Bring us with you. And break out the games.
There is no room in my basement, so...
I keep Sis locked in my basement.
See, that's why I don't own a basement, because
it's a nice
basement doesn't have a basement.
It's got shackles, and there's a water bucket.
You need air conditioning.
I'm not going to air condition my community manager.
What if I did there?
Throwback to
throwback to the By the way, you should attend the subscriber or the subscriber parties.
Subscriber parties.
I've never been to one, but I hear they're all the rage.
I let Sis out of the basement and everything.
It's the one time of the year, month that I don't feel lonely.
It's the time of the month.
It's that time of the month.
I'm pretty sure when you're locked up in a basement, a month feels like a year, so I can respect that.
I haven't gotten around to putting a clock down there.
The winning option was game room. We are apparently going to the basement.
The winning option was game room. All right.
That's not optional, Bernhard. I have to whip the wombat.
33.
We get drunk and play games.
I don't know how I feel about what I just read. It's going to take us a while to get through this one. What happened? Where are we? Wails Fox, opening his eyes. Notice there was no, like, transition. Here's where you have 3 choices. The game room, and we choose the game room, and suddenly Fox doesn't know where he is. What happened? Where are we? Wails Fox, opening his eyes. This is dialogue. What I am about to say is dialogue. We are in a narrow corridor, dripping with slime and foul fluids. It appears to be the home of numerous tasty rats, answers Owl. Owl is our DM.
Never again. Never again.
I gotta get the rest of these books. This is incredible. This is like watching bad movies. This is like the mystery science theater of D&D. This is awesome.
You write one book while on meth, and all of a sudden.
And then there's Kadala just lurking behind
Kadala in the shadows. It appears to be the home of numerous tasty rats, answers Owl. Wait, here's a sign tacked onto the wall. It says, "Welcome to the game room." I feel like this is where the author is like, I hear I'm supposed to show instead of not tell, and I heard a good author say that dialogue is a quick way to show. So instead of telling them where they are, I will show them where they are by having Owl tell them where they are. You peer into the blackness surrounding you and groan. Some game room? This is a dungeon. Those wizards tricked us. So it's just a fucking dungeon with "Welcome to the game room" hanging on the wall. Even though they took the shittiest possible route to explain that to us, I find that idea fucking hilarious. Those wizards tricked us, so they must be planning to trick Pentagon.
Wait.
Surprise! Wait.
We've got to get out of here fast and back to help him. Easier said than done, says Owls. Oh! Wails Fox, and the noise echoes in the darkness. Be quiet, Fox, you yell, grabbing him and holding his muzzle shut. None of us wants to be here, but until we figure out exactly where we are, we can't figure how to get out. And don't forget, there are usually all sorts of dangerous monsters and other creepy things wandering around in these old dungeons. So be quiet unless you want to be dinner for one of them, you add sternly. So be quiet unless you want to be dinner for one of them. Right now, the most important thing to do is figure out how we're going to get out of here. Do you pick up any clues with your special senses? You ask the animals. For the record, animals don't have special senses. They have normal senses. They're animals. Every animal has those senses.
Well, I mean, these are probably familiars.
As a matter of fact, I have spied a most peculiar rainbow-colored cord that appears to be attached to the wall and gives off a faint glow, says Owl. It stretches off to our left. Cautiously, you let go of Fox's muzzle, hoping that he will not start howling again. But he only lifts his nose into the air and sniffs. To our right, I smell a strange, fungusy, foresty, earthy smell, says Fox, and I hear something moving. Very good, you say. 2 clues. Well, which way should we go? If you want to follow the glowing rainbow cord, turn to page 43. If you want to find out what is moving about and smelling earthy, turn to page 68.
I want to follow the rainbow cord.
I want to follow the rainbow cord because something that's moving about and smelling earthy down here is it's either poop or it's like a worm. Or
it sounds like the Yellow Brick Road, but less copyrighted.
Well, wait, she's got the 10-man. Oh my God.
Yes.
The Cowardly Fox, right?
Okay.
Oh, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
We're off to see the wizard.
Oh my, no. No.
I kind of want to investigate the fungusy smell just because they use the word fungusy.
You watch one movie while on meth.
These are so atrocious. I have to find the rest of these. I have another one that we'll do another stream out of later. All right, so Sis,
yes,
you've been playing D&D for a while now, right?
Yeah.
You're a fairly seasoned player at this point, right? We got some salt, some Vegemite, right?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, what do you think so far? Like, if the session paused here, and the GM was like, okay, so give me some feedback, right? What have you got for me?
I'd say burn whatever inspiration you got this from, and start again.
Frank?
I would say replace the NPCs with an actual narrator, because that's what you're using the NPCs for.
Right.
And foxes.
And the foxes I need to and foxes. Okay.
Yeah.
So reading Rainbow 1, turn to page 43. The cord is velvety smooth to the touch, although it glows with a soft, warm, shimmery rainbow of colors. It sheds little real light. The darkness presses in on all sides. Where do you think it goes? Asks Fox. Let's go find out, you answer. Holding the shining cord in one hand, and your dagger in the other, you advance slowly. Do you see anything yet? Whispers Fox. I'm not sure. I think there's some sort of pinkish light up ahead, you answer. Correct, says Owl. Wow, we can't even be our own narrator. Owl has to chime in and be like, exactly. Cautiously, oh my god, I know what this is. It's not that I'm using the NPC as the narrator. It's that the DM narrated what was seen, and one of the players who's playing Owl turned and repeated to his party exactly word for word what the DM said.
I've actually been guilty of that myself in some instances. However, no, we're not. We're gonna let that go. We're just gonna.
So, most of the time, my parties will, at this point in my Sunday game, they'll ask, what do I find? And I'll describe what they discover, and then the player will look and say, okay, so I can communicate that with the party, and we just move past that part. But it used to be that I would describe it, and then the characters would turn around and in their own words describe stuff, which would lead to the most incredibly important miscommunications.
Right.
Those miscommunications became such a big deal that we eventually stopped doing that because it was disruptive. The sheer level of miscommunication was intense.
Right, because it's like, well, I thought he said that it was blue, and you're saying that it was actually turquoise. And so I need to know, is it blue or is it turquoise? Yeah.
Or like he'd leave out a detail that was my hint, my subtle foreshadowing thing.
Right, because you're trying to be sneaky with your subtle foreshadowing, but that's the part that isn't delivered along to somebody else. I can understand that. Yeah.
The best part is that when Chris's character would just assume shit about what they observed and then communicate their assumptions and not what they observed.
Yeah, I think when we have our Sunday D&D games here, we've kind of gotten over that with the fact that everyone is in the room hearing the DM talk anyways. So the DM will tell me what my character sees, and my character will have a very like my character's the cleric. So it'll be very much like, oh, this feels wrong, or I don't like the smell of this, or something like that. He'll say something like that, and then they'll usually pair that up with, man, he only gets these kinds of feelings around this sort of thing that the DM just described.
Yep.
And so I kind of leave it at that. So my character only communicates the ugh.
Cautiously, you approach the pink light. Soon you make out a doorway filled with a dull pink glowing fog that seems almost solid. You cannot see through it. Oddly, the cord does not go through the door, but continues down the dark corridor. What do we do now, you ask? 1. I hate this darkness. Let's go through the door, says Fox, dashing in. If you choose to follow, drop the cord and turn to page 69. I think we should follow the cord, says Owl. If this is your choice, turn to page 72. So, in the next episode of What Do is Fox Indoor or Owl on Rope? Who do we follow? Who do we trust? What do we decide? All this and more.
Can I say, as a player, I would pick 2 here because it seems like the most prudent, and we know that Fox is a bit spontaneous and reactive and not really the brightest at times. However, because there's an opportunity to turn to page 69, I am going to be following the Fox.
Finally, the real party is starting.
Don't split the party is also a good option, but really, it's just page 69. Nice.
Everyone's going to split the party. Everyone does it. It's like, we're going to go off in this direction.
It's currently tied. It's currently tied 4-4. If it's tied when it finishes, the bot will randomly choose a winner.
Death to Fox.
I have to say that even though the Fox is written poorly, it seems a little accurate. Like, if you had an actual fox with you in these conditions, it probably would be bolting around and making all kinds of noise and not be really cool with it.
Fox Indoor. Frank, you win. We are turning to page 69.
The door is locked. Actually, you have to follow the rope.
God damn it, sis. The fox somehow bolted through a locked door.
So there is an illustration on this page, guys.
Is it the death?
What?
Oh, hey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, I like that.
Right? Eow! Howls Fox in anguish. Fox! Fox! Come here! Come to me! You call into the wispy fog, and soon a cold nose pushes into your hand and a trembling body presses against your leg. Where are we and how do we get home? Quavers Fox. I fear we are somewhere on the plane of elemental air, says Owl, far from home. Ow! Howls Fox. Fox, stop! I'll get us home somehow, you say with confidence that you do not feel. You gather the quivering fox in your arms and stroke his head to comfort him. Owl, why don't you fly around? See what you can see, then come back and tell us. Nodding wisely, Owl hurtles into the pink mist and disappears swiftly. Nervously, you sit down on the cottony material, which sags but holds you. It seems hours before you hear the flap of wings. You give a shrill whistle, and soon Owl descends out of the mist. Your guidance was most welcome, Jamie, says Owl. Everything looks much the same from above. Be polite later, Eggface. What did you see? What can we get out of here? Asks Fox. I am uncertain as to an exact method of escape. I saw only 2 items of interest. 1, a tall cloud castle, and 2, a series of thundercloud mountains. The mountains are so sheer as if to defy climbing, but they have a number of large caves in them that may be inhabited. You sigh deeply. Well, I guess we can't expect to sign this as this way home. Now what are we going to do? 1, they'll bring us back sooner or later, no matter who wins. Let's just stay here and wait. Turn to page 64. Let's go check out that cloud castle. Turn to page 47. Let's go look at the cloud mountains and find out what lives in those caves. Turn to page 84. And by cloud mountains, they clearly fucking mean thunder mountains. Refresh. What's due?
What's due?
Mountain.
It's mountain season.
It's mountain season. I remember you in the mountains.
Or fuck it.
Clown castle.
Start.
Mountain castle or fuck it. This has been such an interesting... Did that illustration reveal to us Jamie?
Yes.
So we know that Jamie is a person of certain appearance.
Let's find out what... I think it's a boy.
Yes, Jamie is a boy here, guys. So all that compliment I gave before, I take that back.
It was 69 we were at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie is clearly a boy in the illustrations. That's okay. Fuck the illustrations.
My Jamie's a girl, damn it.
My Jamie identifies as a giraffe.
My Jamie is the Cloud Castle.
Mr. Worst says, I for one imagine we beat the whole adventure by following the fuck it choice. Poll for what do has been closed. Winning option
was fuck it.
Fuck it. Page 64. I'm glad we're staying here, you say. Pentagon might not find us if we leave. But I could guide us, says Owl. There's nothing to be gained by staying here. We must not depend on others if we can help ourselves. Buzz off, Beak Breath, Fox says from the safety of your lab. Jamie says we stay, so I say so, Stu. If you don't like it, you can just fly away. No, Fox, I won't go. We're all in this together. I'll stay too, says Owl as he settles down on the cloud beside you. Time passes slowly. The drifting, misty, cottony clouds make you dreamy. You find that you have no wish to move, think, or act. After a time, you notice that your body and that of Fox and Owl are becoming transparent. If you squint and look through Owl, you can see clouds passing behind him. You know you should be worried, but that's something humans do. And you're not human anymore. You're a cloud. So you close your eyes and drift away in the wind. The
Game
end.
over.
We did it!
The GM finally added consequences to our decisions.
So we became
Fuck it,
clouds?
we're gonna die. Yep.
Liz.
See, Jamie is the Cloud Castle. You're right.
I was right. Jamie is the Cloud Castle. That's it, okay. All right. Okay, we get it.
This has been Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons.
Which is kind of strange because we have not seen one dragon.
By Rose Estes. Estes?
Can we... What page was it before page 69? Damn it. I kind of want to go back and see what happens if we leave Fox.
We'll have to find out next time.
Ah.
I'll run this again for a different group, right?
Yeah.
We might make this a regular thing where we do choose your own adventure books.
Yeah, it might have been attached to the Rainbow Rope. If we follow the Rainbow Rope, we might have found the Rainbow Dragons for their revenge. Who knows?
We never did find that party.
We became clouds, guys, and we'll all float on. That being said, like, out of all the outcomes, I don't think becoming a cloud is such a bad thing.
We could be eaten.
Though it would be so confusing if the winter-spring thing starts.
Please somebody add, quote, you should have gone toward the poop.
What? If you should have gone toward the poop.
All right, so this is an Endless Quest book. If you want to know which one it is, it's Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons. Check out that cover. Doesn't that look cool?
Rawr, double amazing. Rainbows all across the sky.
Thank you guys for tuning out. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. EST, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Don't miss it.
If you do miss it, don't miss it.
I will catch you guys later. Adios. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye.